A politician and an activist. I started off by, after college, getting a corporate job in America, in New York to be exact. But when I realized there was so much going on the African continent, which is my home, I decided to pack my bags, leave my career behind in New York, and move back home to Liberia, to be more specific. And I started to help children. So from that effort, I started to help children building schools, engaging other young Africans living in the diaspora to come back home to make more of an impact on the continent. That took me into politics, and today I'm a politician. I was the only female that ran for office in 2017, the general election in Liberia. I was amongst 20 men, and I was the only female in the race. But I came out, I didn't win, but I came out number 7, which was a huge push for women and girls in my country.
Yeah, so I think you already answered the second question. Why did you choose to involve in politics? So maybe I'm gonna ask you what are the difficulties that you had in your journey.
Yes. Of course, nothing comes easy in life. There will always be a challenge, but challenges has never been a big enough reason to stop me, and should never be a big enough reason to stop anyone from pursuing their dreams. For example, being a woman and helping children was normal in my country. But being a woman going into politics was something that people were not accustomed to. And so I got a lot of, social media sort of fight and abuse on social media. Some of the young people were saying, especially male, the young men were saying, no, women should never make decisions, especially be a president. All these things were coming my way, but those were not things that were big enough to stop me. I pursued my dream, and I fought hard. I knew the policies and the issues that were affecting the lives of the people in my country, and so I was focused more on why I was in the race, why I was in politics, why I was a philanthropist, why I was an activist. I was fighting to make the lives of other people better. So if anyone tried to attack my personal life, it was never about me. It was never about me trying to get a job to make my life better. My life was already better because although I started my life very poor and humble, I studied hard. I got a full academic scholarship to go to any college of my choice. When I got my job, I made enough money. So when I came home, I wasn't looking for money. I wasn't looking for a job. I was there to make other people's lives better, especially young girls who were constantly being left behind. And so when people attacked me on social media or in the press, I didn't care because it was really never about me. So I know when you try to do something, people are going to try to attack you. But just don't mind those things. Focus on what you're fighting for. And so today, things have changed. I'm a person in my country who's very well liked and respected by the young people now. They finally understood and understand that my struggle is not for myself. It's for other people to make children's lives better. Put all of the children in school. Make sure the young girls have access to all of the things the young boys have access to. Education, healthcare, resources, and make sure girls are in school. They shouldn't be left at home to do domestic work. So challenges will come in any field you go into. Any field, no matter what it is, challenges will come. But make sure you focus on what it is you're fighting for.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's really inspiring. So maybe we're gonna end with some advices.
Yeah.
You already
said
saw
some, yeah.
Exactly. So maybe to young women especially.
Sure.
So that they can achieve their dreams.
Okay. This is a special message for all of the young girls out there. I was once a young girl. I was caught up in a civil war in my country. I didn't have a father. I didn't have a mother to protect me. But I remember the advice of my mother. My mother always told me when I was growing up, stay away from trouble, do the right thing, study hard, make something of yourself. And those are the things I focused on while I was in a refugee and an orphan in the midst of a civil war. I was lucky enough to have my life was spared during the civil war. I migrated to the Ivory Coast. I was there as a refugee. Most of the time I didn't have food to eat. I didn't even have anywhere to live, but I always focused on what my mother told me. Be a good girl, stay away from trouble, focus on education. I didn't even have money to go to school. But whenever there was a small opportunity to learn something, I rushed there. And so to all of the young girls, there'll be so many reasons. Some of you have fathers, you have mothers, and some of you don't. but focus on what is it you feel that if you believe in God, God called you to do in this world. And even if you don't have the help, there will be times, or there will be a time when you will find what you are made to be. But try to avoid making too many mistakes before you get there. And so I avoided trouble as much as I could. I didn't get in a fight with anyone. I just focused on what my future was going to be. So to all the young girls, whether you have it or you don't have it, I was a person who had it, but I lost it. But because of my perseverance, my hard work, my determination, eventually it all came back to me in full force. And today here I am. I'm a 42-year-old woman, although I still look very young. I'm a 42-year-old woman that a lot of the young girls now are looking to. And I'm inspiring them, I'm helping them, I'm educating them, I build schools for them. I go around the world speaking to inspire young women from Poland to Europe to Africa to the United States. That could be your story. It will only happen if you keep yourself out of all of those wrong things until you can get the right thing that you will call on this earth to be. So, best of luck. I look forward to hopefully hearing from you. I'm on social media. Magdala_Cooper at on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn.
Thank you, Mrs. Cooper. It was really nice from you.